Sagittarius, hey, what is going on? And welcome into the channel. So happy to be here with you always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for the next few weeks or so via the tarot, astrology, any channeled messages that come through. I'll also incorporate some Ayurvedic or holistic wellness practices that we can implement in order to enliven our optimal functioning body, mind, soul. So let's get into it, Sagittarius. As I was preparing for your reading, I was hearing that you're finding things out. You're finding out the weight, the gravity of what something has done. The actual, I don't know if you're just getting new information. Everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. You could also just be reflecting on past, for instances, with a certain person or situation that's really highlighting the gravity of what has been done. And in a way that maybe you didn't give yourself the credit where credit was due while things were transpiring. If anything, I'm hearing you gave someone something a hall pass, maybe even one too many times, because the way I'm seeing things manifest for you is it's just oh my gosh, again, memories are coming into your mind of dynamics and you're I can't even believe I didn't see that at the time. But it does look like you're getting some type of clarity. It does feel like you're receiving some type of information or understanding. Like I said, it might not be the easiest, but it's helping you drive home a point is what I'm hearing. It's helping you finally get right with yourself around a situation, around a person, i.e. how you need to set up your boundaries, how you need to be a little bit more honoring of self, present in self, aware of yourself, your wants, your needs, and then make decisions and actions accordingly. And I think this is a little tough. It's not tough because you can't do it. I feel like it's tough because it's not what you wanted to do. It's not how you wanted to see this person dynamic. You actually were really hoping that something was the right fit. Maybe you're seeing that's what I'm hearing, cracks in the facade where certain things are popping out to kind of showcase the truth, the reality around something. And again, there's decisions on the table. We're closing out fire season as I'm recording. These messages are timeless. Always take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Never any need to force. It just makes your own self crazy, and that is not what I'm here to do. But we're at the tail end of Leo season, and Leo season is a grasp for power. It's a grasp for some amount of just people wanting to be on top. There definitely is a lot of combative energy, a lot of tension, a lot of fighting, everyone thinking that they know right, they know best. And therefore, when we come into difference of opinions or perspective, it's making it really hard or trickier to work with people and be flexible and be open and not so judgmental. I think judgment is playing a part of it. Paranoid is also what I'm hearing, but we don't want to let those things completely fall by the wayside. We definitely want to make sure that we're still vetting whatever is coming our way. We are coming up on a new moon, full moon, lunar eclipse in Pisces. It is the beginning of the eclipse season. We kicked it off with the new moon, solar eclipse in Leo. Solar eclipses change our external environment, and then lunar eclipses help us focus more within and really look at the places that we need adjustments within self, given what's going on in our environment. Yes, we always need to know when something's toxic, unhealthy, cut it off. I love to focus on life-giving energies at the channel because that's really what's going to help empower you. It's going to help align you with the quote-unquote right path, or your happiness, your success, your fulfillment, and that's what we're all about here. So I'm going to start off with an energy cleansing just to set the tone, set the vibe. For the reading, do a little blessing with a sage smudge bundle. Sage is really great for purification, cleansing. It brings in this component of re-regulation, balance, stability, right? We have our left and right hemisphere, and we have to find, in an ideal world, we find cohesion between those functionings in a way that can really help us maximize our potential, right? If the blessing is not your vibe, you can totally skip ahead. I put the chapters down below. It's also a really good time to set your own intention, especially if you do have something on your heart or mind that you would like spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how things are faring, where they're headed, definitely hit me up. Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a minute. I was picking up something that we'll talk about after we do the blessing. But I also offer a variety, I also offer other healing and wellness services like pranic energy healing. It really helps align our mind, our body, our soul. I also do Ayurvedic consultations that do the same thing. And like I was talking about before, when we are aligned in self, that's really where we can tap into our happiness, our fulfillment, our success. It's how we manifest, right? It's how we align with the things that our heart desires. And I would totally love to help support you in that in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. I am working on my website. It will be done soon, I promise. But until then, shoot me an email. I would love to connect. All right, with that, Sagittarius, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being. So we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Sagittarius, I'm hearing like there is something that is hard for you to let go of. Like you're having a hard time with it. And I feel like this tags back to the original channeled message of just like seeing someone and something or starting to get these epiphanies, these moments of clarity, or like they're like literally doing things in front of your face, saying things in front of your face that you're like, what? Like, wait a second, back it up. You know, it has this vibe of it's uncovering. Something is uncovering. And I think it is hard to let it go. Something's hard to let go. It could be this thing. You could be done and over with it because I am picking up some annoyance and frustration. But I also think this is like you needing to sort out your energy. I'm seeing like knots in a twist. And yes. And it's that value of kind of like doing the nitty gritty, like the finer work, the more intentional work, the more conscious and aware work of being present and really understanding the deeper levels of what something is communicating and then how you're interacting, responding as a result. Because I think this is really beneficial. It's not so much about like, I'm hearing that like you get it on a surface level, you completely get it. But the reworking or that refinement is going in with a fine tooth comb so that you don't bring something into the future. I.e., this is about like, you know, maybe falling back into bad habits, patterns with a person dynamic, or even just attracting something new that is the exact same thing, right? It's just same situation, same energy, you know, just different people that are involved type vibe. So there is an overarching energy of trust. I am hearing trust is very important this week for you in the way of releasing, you know, I feel like even in the places that you get a little more paranoid or that you feel like you need to get ahead of something, it's okay. You don't have to. Like, I feel like some of it, what I'm trying to say is the places that you feel like you need to get ahead of something, it could just be some paranoia or because you're not used to a certain thing, like a certain person, a certain dynamic. You're still trying to feel things out. And especially when we're coming from dynamics where people aren't fully transparent, honest, or they give us a run for our money, it's really hard to re-engage with people. Because it does bring a certain level of paranoia, a certain level of distrust. But that's exactly what Spirit's saying. Like you can do right now. You don't have to have everything so buttoned up, so in control. If anything, it's good to let loose a little bit and play. I think you haven't really been able to in a while. And that's part of where that releasing of control is going to be very important for you. Also, I found like just in my own life and just in general, when we bring a lighthearted spirit into things, it just changes the vibe and it changes our perspective on how we're seeing a given person dynamic. it really helps release the bonds of restriction, of limitation. And that's what tapping into our abundance is all about. It's not sitting here saying like, I don't like what this person's doing, and so I need to like make some changes around this. Like, you can still have that opinion, right? But it's also being able to not be resentful, not to hold anger, not to, you know, like the annoyance that I'm picking up. Oh gosh, like, of course, this is what this person, this situation did. And now I have to X, Y, and Z. But it's also like a good thing. I feel like what you're seeing, what you are navigating through is a good thing, because it is giving you that reminder that like we don't always see things, and that's okay too. Like, it's okay to be a human. I think sometimes with fire energy, it's just on to the next thing at all times. And there is a lot of pride and ego that is attached to it. We're seeing this with that Leo component, finishing out Leo season. Everybody's fighting to be on top, you know, and it, like, I don't know, I find a little bit more beauty in, yes, asserting yourself, but doing so with diplomacy, with strength, with like, you know, fortitude, but also having integrity around it, not just needing to be like, I'm right because I'm right. Because, you know, I think you are right, Sagittarius. I'm actually not taking that away at all. But I also see like at the same time, you know, it's enough for you to know that, because whatever you're dealing with isn't going to, oops, I flipped weird. I wonder if that was turned around. Okay, the Magi. I love this. Ooh, very, very powerful, Sagittarius. Like, whatever you're dealing with doesn't really need to know that as well. Or maybe they already do. You know what I mean? Like, I am picking up this energy of someone who really just like feels really bad about themselves. We'll see how this plays out in the tarot. But again, just like take whatever messages resonate. Don't force it if it doesn't fit. But you're using a lot of powerful energy. And this is a lot of powerful energy to create. For me, the Magi is tapping into this level of spiritual power, right? Whether you want to call that your intuition or that place, you know, the unified field is how Maharishi Ayurveda looks at it, where that's all potential. Like, everything is at our fingertips, right? Really, we just have to calm our mind, our body, our soul, our nervous system in order to tap into that environment. And it's actually really powerful, because there's been a lot of people throughout time that have produced great works that actually talk about tapping into this potential. And it is really a calming of our nervous system, you know, on a physical level, right? Just being able to kind of disconnect from the outside world or all the outside chaos, which is relevant, not in a way to push it away, but in a way that you can empower yourself and tap into that energy, because you're coming back as the creator. And it feels very powerful. And I think you're not really seeing this. Like, I feel like you know this energy within yourself where you're sitting right now. You can like feel your potential to do so. But at the same time, you're not really sure what it looks like quite yet. And that's where the instability comes in. That's where the frustration comes in, or this inability to trust, right? Okay, the seeker. Maybe you need to get out of your own little bubble, you know, easier said than done. I totally get that. I love my like peaceful place, and the world can be very wild, but there's more out there. And I think that that's where this play component is very nice for you, because it's the reminder to just let loose a little bit, have fun. The sooner that you're able to do that, the easier or quicker this creation energy is going to come in. Because it's like, I love this Magi. It really is like you're tapping into a certain power. Like, I'm hearing a power that hasn't been, like, you're awakening something within you. A power that, like, you, again, you know is there. And maybe you even function out of that idea, like, that it is present in day to day. But for whatever reason, this situation is teaching you how to reawaken it in a different kind of way, in a stronger way, in a more... I don't know, like just better version of yourself kind of way. I feel like my words are failing the reality of what is coming through. I hope you catch my drift. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles. She has been popping up for us so much in our readings. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This is something that's like very present and like listening to every word you say. I'm hearing like hang on every word or everything that you do have to say, but they're almost acting like they're not, you know, whether they're just kind of like scrolling on your social media, because it feels like you're not necessarily having interaction with this dynamic, with this situation. And I think this is someone who doesn't really want to go there or can't right now, is what it looks like with the Judgment in their blocked energy. They're failing to see. They're failing to see something, and it is putting you in a position where you're bored, you're done and over with it, you're ready to move on to the next thing. Also, you don't know what that next thing is. 2 of Wands in your blocked energy. So really struggling to make peace with something. Like, and maybe this is just even whatever this person's situation, how they're showing up is. It's really hard. And I feel like it's not without effort. Like, it feels like this is something that you keep coming back to, trying to like work it out within yourself, not taking on responsibility. I feel like you see this person or situation for who and what they are. But at the same time, it's really hard to, there might be some level of need that you share with this individual, some type of connection. You know, there's something there that's keeping you there for some reason. And again, this is such a like bleak energy though. It feels very much like you're doing something. I'm hearing like robotic, right? You're doing it just because that's what you've done for however long. And I feel like you do want to get out of something, or you want something to just be okay, or I don't know, like whatever this person's situation is not contributing, it's very much this energy of like, can't they just get it together? Or why don't they just, like, why is this so hard? Why is this so difficult? But this is something that can only go so deep with this Page of Cups. And again, this is someone who's like refusing to look at anything too deeply. So it just might be someone who kind of tells themselves what they want to hear, and that's enough. And you're like, WTF. Sorry, not to be a cheeseball, but you're kind of just like, I don't know, you're just like not, something about it is just making it less desirable to continue to deal with. And again, I don't think this is anything new. I feel like this is something that you've actually validly, legit put an effort into and tried to make the best of it, but it keeps kind of going back to this space. I even see that like maybe they're going to be throwing you a bone here and there, but again, you just feel like this again, you know, it's almost very easy to see right through this person or situation, how they're presenting themselves. And I do feel like it is taking a toll on you, because you're feeling like all these, I don't know, I mean, they're not like super low vibey, but it just feels like very heavy, or like, I think that maybe you're not even understanding how much weight and stress this thing is putting on you. Maybe it's the cause of just feeling like disconnected from self, not really present in your body, or being able to like do and give yourself things that are important to you, that help you feel healthy and well and your best. It's stuff that it feels like it's, I don't know, like you just have to keep trying to make peace with it in order to be okay with a situation. But that cycle's never going to stop, because again, like, I don't know if this is just someone who's choosing to be blind, you know, not really choosing to see things clearly. It looks like it's going to take a little bit longer for the situation to unfold. Maybe longer than what you're anticipating. I feel like you're already have one foot out the door though. Like that's kind of where your energy's at right now. But I think at the same time, like, and so maybe there is this desire for things to move quicker. It looks like it's not going to move as quick. If anything, like, I feel like there's this request for you to kind of pump the brakes, take your time with something. And it does look like you give it. I think, I don't know, maybe I should clarify before I close this out. It does look like you give it with the 7 of Pentacles. So let's look at this for a minute. 9 of Cups. Well, there's an exchange that ends up happening that actually like works out in your benefit, which I think is the valuable thing. Even if something can't acknowledge, even if they can't acknowledge 6 of Swords, it's because of their own stuff. That's what they're saying. Like, I got my own stuff going on, you know, like, and I think it's irrespective of you. Like, it doesn't even necessarily involve you. It's either something they're dealing with in themselves that they're trying to like move on from, etc. And so maybe they can't I don't know, just like give you or the relationship enough time and attention. You know, I'm not harping on that. It's true. It's a legit thing. And it does look like there is a desire to do better around something. I feel, but again, this looks like this is someone who has to do a lot of internal work within themselves, and it's taking some time. And I feel like you're feeling a little shafted in the meantime. Also, this is where it's your opportunity to set the necessary boundaries that you need to set for you, especially with this 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands. That's where that desire to like get something done and over with feels very, the World. Like you're ready to close this out. You're ready to be done and over with this. Let's look at this 7 of Pentacles though. Yeah, 3 of Wands, awaiting energy. There is a request. There's a request for you to move a little bit slower than what you're anticipating on this side of things. And it is someone requesting from that place of like, well, you've committed to me so much. Like if this is this feels like an energy that you're trying to like grow and expand from. And if you can't keep this thing in your life with you moving forward, then it's like asking you, can you just give me some time, basically? You know, I need a month or 2 months to kind of situate or whatever that is, right? They need something from you. And it does look like it's beneficial. It does look like it's worth your while. It doesn't feel like this is something that you're doing begrudgingly. And it's almost like at least finally you're getting some interaction. like finally this person dynamic is like either saying, like, I feel like there is conversation that does feel beneficial, that does put a lot of clarity on things. And for you, it feels good, finally, right? Hidden truth. Your intuition is revealing a hidden truth. Stay aware. And maybe something isn't as what it appears to be. But like I said, it does feel like you're already done and over with this. Like, and maybe that's the thing. You've made the decision before there's even a conversation on the table. And that might be where it gets a little bit dicey, but I don't see you resisting that. I don't see you like being overly frustrated or whatever. If anything, the 7 of Pentacles is a very patient energy. And it's patient because it understands what the reality is, where it's appropriate to give someone something, commitment or your time or energy, or fulfill whatever you said you were going to fulfill for them. Body wisdom. Listen to your body's subtle cues. It holds the answers you seek. Really just honor yourself, your mind, your body, your soul as you're navigating through this, because it does feel like this is something that you don't want to either get re-sucked back into or you don't want to get too attached to. You want to have certain boundaries around something, but that also means that we have to take care of ourselves. It's way easier to set boundaries or move through trickier situations when we feel rested, well-fed, nourished, when we get a little exercise in, when we're just taking care of ourselves. And that in and of itself is going to give you the wisdom and the strength that you need. And I think that's very important, especially just coming from that health and wellness background. It is night and day different how situations can move when we're taking care of ourselves. It's just way more fluid, way more natural. It doesn't add unnecessary pain or difficulty, right? You don't deserve that, Sagittarius. Intuitive insights. You're receiving powerful intuitive insights. Follow them. I feel like this is a lot about who and what you are dealing with and the place that you're actually at. Like I was saying, I feel very much like you're ready to be done and over with this. And it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. I think this is like an evolution. It looks like a cycle is done and over with. You're ready to be that way. It looks like someone can't really give you the time and attention that you're looking for. And again, it's nothing about you. That's how it comes. It doesn't look like it's anything about you. I think it's just like whatever they're dealing with within self. And that's where you kind of are just like, okay, well then is it worth it? Is it worth it to invest all of this into this thing when, it might not be giving me the same that I'm giving to it. But I think this is all naturally unfolding. Remember that trust component, right? And there's other things around, like get out of your comfort zone, do something fun, have a good time, mix it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit this week, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the end of summer. It's the best to seize this time, 100%. So I hope this message helped, Sagittarius. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Thank you so much for your time and energy always. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear how things resonate, or I just love to connect, to share a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, it blesses my heart so very much. And I'm sending that love and blessings back to you.